Spring Entryway Makeover. Budget. Friendly vintage decor for porch, hall, and mirror wall DIY. Hello, sweet friends. I'm Alina, your cozy corner companion here at Shabby Chic Serenity, where the scent of lavender meets the soft rustle of lace and vintage whispers fill the air. Interior decorating, to me, isn't just about putting things in their places, it's about telling a story. One faded floral teacup and gently distressed frame at a time. Today, I'm absolutely delighted to invite you into a new chapter of our journey together, a spring entryway makeover, all on a budget, and infused with vintage charm. There's just something magical about this season, the way the light plays differently, the way we start to open our hearts and doors again. That same warmth and hope inspired every corner of this makeover. Whether you're peeking out onto a breezy porch, welcoming loved ones inside, or catching a glance of yourself in a mirror framed by florals and memories, this transformation holds space for serenity and renewal. As I began curating the pieces, I leaned into the subtle romance of age-worn textures. A chippy white bench, found for next to nothing at a local market, became the anchor of the design. It still had the imprint of time on it, some say. Damaged. I say, full of character. Layered with soft blush cushions and a floral throw that caught my eye last spring but never quite found a home until now. It instantly brought warmth. I added a simple cane basket for May and spring blooms, faux, but you'd never know, and that one piece transformed into something much more than functional. It became a soft landing space for daily life. Repurposing is at the heart of what we do here. An old drawer I'd tucked away was reborn into a charming shelf with pegs ideal for hanging straw hats or even vintage scarves that dance a little in the spring breeze. The moment I stepped back and saw how these humble touches came together, I felt a little flutter of joy. Now, for the mirror wall, the soul of this space, if you ask me. I gathered a collection of small vintage mirrors over the past few months, none of them matching, but all with little stories in their patinas. Arranging them was like composing a poem, some high, some low, creating movement and reflection literally and emotionally. I paired them with pressed floral prints I made myself, using parchment, blooms from my garden, and soft gold frames I painted to look older than they really are. The result was ethereal. When the afternoon light streams in, these mirrors scatter it across the space in the gentlest way, like spring herself is peeking in to say hello. It's those moments, friends, where home stops being just where we live and becomes a sanctuary. This wall became that for me. What struck me most about this makeover was how achievable it was. Not a single piece came from a big store. Everything was secondhand, handmade, or repurposed with love and a bit of creative spirit. I often say that decorating this way is like whispering kindness to your home. There's a peace in working with what you have or what's already lived a life before. And in that quiet creativity, you end up making something so uniquely yours. Budget-friendly doesn't have to mean bare. In fact, it invites us to layer history, intention, and personal style. One of my favorite pieces this time was an old shutter, painted soft sage, now leaning near the entrance and adorned with a tiny hanging wreath. It's nothing fancy, but it makes me smile every time I see it. There's beauty in simplicity. As I stood back and looked at the completed space, the sunlight catching on soft whites and warm woods, I felt that familiar sense of calm. This makeover was more than a project, it was a gentle reminder that home can always be renewed, just like spring itself. When we take the time to notice what we already have, what can be transformed, and what stories we want our home to tell, we start living with more intention. And that, my friends, is the essence of shabby chic serenity. Every flower, every mirror, every aged frame, it all came together to say, welcome, rest here, breathe. I hope this makeover inspires you to create your own peaceful entryway, no matter the space or budget. Let your style evolve with the seasons, and don't be afraid to let old things find new meaning. Thank you for joining me on this journey. If you try any of these ideas or have your own little spring nook to share, I'd love to see it. Until next time, may your home be soft with beauty, filled with light, and wrapped in serenity.